What if you could see the market with total clarity, knowing why price moves, where your edge is, and how to execute with precision? We're going to talk about how to grow a small account, the risk-first approach. Because growing a small account isn't about being a hero. It's about being disciplined enough to survive long enough to let compounding work its magic over time. So today we're going to break the bad habits that kill small accounts, and we're going to build the good habits that grow them, predictably, sustainably, and with a little swagger. So let's talk about the small account problem. Has anybody here traded too small and just thought, why am I doing this? Anybody? Yep. You're putting trades on, you're doing everything right, but whether you win or lose, it doesn't really move the needle, and you start wondering, what's the point? Who here is blown up from trading too big? Yep. And some of you've put your hands up both times, all right? So it tells you that position sizing is sometimes a problem, all right? But these are the two problems that plague smaller accounts. Trading too small because you're not confident, you're not sure, and trading too big, usually after a winning streak, and then the loser will come and set you back. This is why I have my no high fives rule. Because markets are powered by pressure, and short squeezes provide some of the biggest, fastest moves in existence, is why they matter. Because you don't need to predict the future, you just need to identify where someone else will be forced to act, right? Where someone is experiencing real pain. Because in a world of meme stocks, zero DTE flows and weaponized volatility, knowing how to spot short squeezes becomes a legitimate edge. Traders make money when they know where the pain is, all right, and where short sellers will be feeling pain fast. Okay, so how to identify the best stocks to stalk? Stalking stocks. Now, we've just talked about scans, right, and scan checklists. So why talk about stalking stocks? I'm a big fan of running scans. If you know me, I think they're a massive time saver, and generally I think it's an important part of my process because they save a heap of time compared to manually trawling through hundreds of charts. But when markets are choppy and prone to sharp reversals, it's worth knowing which sectors are the strongest or the weakest. And going one layer deeper, it's also worth knowing which stocks within the sectors are the top performers. Right. Anybody tell me which sector is the best performer year to date? Quick hands, $10 trillion. So what we're going to do now is upgrade the only trading system that truly matters, and that's what's between your ears, your mind. Not in a woo-woo way, not in a motivational way. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and turn this into a Tony Robbins seminar or something like that. What we're going to do though is look at this in a behavioral finance way with a touch of performance psychology. But by the end of this session, you'll understand exactly why you break the rules that you swore you wouldn't and how to stop doing that. So, the opening challenge. You already know that setups aren't your problem, all right? You know how to read a chart, you know how to place a stop, you know what your rules should be. So why do you still break them? This next module, we're going to talk about unusual options activity and how to align yourself with the smart money without becoming the dumb money. So today, we're not learning how to chase flow and blow up your account. We're learning how to use unusual options activity and dark pool data to enhance your trades. So we're using this as a final layer confirmation on setups that you already like. So if you leave here still taking trades solely because big calls printed, I've failed. All right, we're using this more as a confirmation layer. Anybody ever heard of unusual options activity or used it? What we're going to talk about next is how to make account growth more predictable, which has got potentially more benefits to it than might be your expectations. So let's dive in. Now, we're going to start off with an uncomfortable truth that most people don't like to admit. And that is that most traders are adrenaline junkies, right? They want fireworks, they want dopamine. Professional traders, we're the opposite. We want boredom, right? We want calm. We want P&L graphs that just look like a gentle incline, not an ECG during a heart attack. Wild swings equals wild emotions equals wild mistakes.
The truth is, most traders don't struggle with strategy. They struggle with implementation and accountability. That's why we've created something completely different from another online program. Welcome to the Tao of Trading Mastermind.